The 2000 Rams, the 2007 Warriors, the 2008 Rangers, and the 2016 Manchester... Actually, who cares about soccer? What do all of these teams have in common, besides the fact that they were just mentioned together by a weirdo who forgot to take his meds? They're all extremists. Not like terrorists, but, teams that have extreme strengths and weaknesses. The 2000 Rams, for example, were the #1 scoring offense in the league. They had 3 Hall of Famers and practically invented a new style of football. But they were also dead last in defense, giving up the most points. Similarly, the 2008 Rangers had a lethal offense of their own, consisting of peak Josh Hamilton, peak Ian Kinsler, rookie Chris Davis, who hadn't yet mastered the art of striking out 200 times in a season, Milton Bradley, Marlon Byrd, and a host of others. But again, like the Rams, the Rangers couldn't stop anyone from scoring. Their pitching was so bad that they ended up with a -66 run differential on their way to a mediocre 79-83 record. But this video isn't about the Rangers, or the Rams, or whatever soccer team I pretended to know a minute ago. It's about the 2024 Seattle Mariners, a team that a decent chunk of their fan base considers to be unwatchable at this point, because their offense is just that bad. After the 2023 season, it was clear that the Mariners' path to success would be paved by their starting pitching. A largely homegrown group that is young, healthy, and hungry. A staff for which the biggest complaint might just be that they're all right-handed, or that Bryce Miller has the mustache of a 14-year-old. Surprisingly, neither of those things have managed to slow them down thus far, as they currently lead the majors in runs against, giving up just 3.63 runs per game. Unfortunately for the Mariners, scoring runs is how you actually win a game of baseball, and this is the part they haven't been able to figure out. At the time of this recording, the Mariners have just 2 hitters that are above league average, and 2 more that are league average. The big story, of course, is Julio Rodriguez, their star outfielder, not being able to get it going this year. But it's also guys like J.P. Crawford, Mitch Garver, and Jorge Polanco, all of whom had good seasons at the plate last year, but have collectively sucked so far this year. To better illustrate this offense, let's get into our cold hard facts presented by whatever beer company pays me the most money. Fact number 1. The Mariners have the most number of strikeouts in MLB. Fact number 2. The Mariners have the lowest batting average in MLB. And fact number 3. The Mariners have the fewest hits in MLB. Holy shit. Is this true? This sounds like the plot to a terrible Moneyball sequel where the team plays the most boring version of baseball possible. Okay, calm down, Mariners fans. I didn't do this to crap on your team. In fact, I'd have to be either an idiot or a New York Times journalist to withhold such an important detail in all this, and that is park factors. The Mariners' home field, T-Mobile Park, is insanely difficult to hit in. Year in and year out, it ranks at or near the bottom in offensive output. Seattle's cold, damp climate, combined with the park's relatively small outfield, create a hitter's worst nightmare. The ball just doesn't travel as far, making it hard to string together hits. You know what else makes it hard to string together hits? Not hitting the ball. And the Mariners sure have that nailed down. Their lineup features a heavy dose of swing and miss, and as I mentioned earlier, they lead the league in punch-outs. Here's the deal. If I were a Mariners fan, I would be smashing the park factor button every time someone talks shit about my team's offense. The only problem with that argument, though, is the Mariners have been able to overcome this disadvantage. Like, literally last year, the Mariners had the 9th best offense in baseball by WRC+, and an above-average offense at home. It was a similar story in 2022 as well. In the last 30 years, there have been 9 teams that have finished top 3 in opposite extremes. And yes, over half of them have been Rockies teams. And it makes sense why these Rockies teams are always on this list, because Coors, being the polar opposite of T-Mobile, is nearly impossible to pitch in. Now, the 2024 Mariners will most likely become the 10th team to join this group, but the question remains, can they chase down the rare 1-1 season? Something that only 2 teams have done in the last 30 years. Something that takes luck, skill, and a blatant disregard for half the roster. Can this Mariners team do it? Of course not. The White Sox f***ing suck. They're the worst team of all time and are standing directly in the Mariners' way. Even if they scored 6 runs a game, for the rest of the season they'd still have less runs than the Mariners. That's how bad they are. I spent the entire video talking about how trash the Mariners' offense is, and they look like the 27 Yankees compared to this team. Short answer, no, I don't think they're going to be able to do it.